All right. I said Southpaw Slick, Nerd Gang Gaming. I know you guys miss me. I haven't been putting up too much content as far as like, you know, me on camera or me talking. It's been mostly what? Tekken replays or clips. I play a lot of Tekken, so, you know, it is what it is. But today I'm going to be showing my custom firmware or modded PSP. Let me get this menu out of the way. Accidentally was holding select, but I'm gonna show the custom firmware. There it is, 6.61 Pro Mod, C2P Infinite, and we're going to go through the games I have on the memory stick. All right. Some of these are actually from my PSN account as well. Starting with Final Fantasy VIII. That's from my PSN account. Favorite Final Fantasy, by the way. Final Fantasy VII. That's also from my PSN account. The fan favorite, or is it 6? There's usually a debate between the two. It's a fun debate. Between the two, I think I prefer 7. Xenogears, also from my PSN account. Haven't put too much time in it. I mean, I haven't really played it on the PSP, but I've played it on my PS3. And I'll probably put like 20, 25 hours in the game. Still a game I need to get to and complete. I know it's definitely an RPG that a lot of fans like. Snk Arcade Classics, also from my PSN account. Can't go wrong with this, especially if you don't want to like set up like MAME or a Neo Geo emulator. This pretty much has like most of the Token games, at least the earlier games like Fatal Fury 1, Art of Fighting 1, King of Fighters 94, Metal Slug 1. I mean, it has a great selection of games. Resident Evil 2, also from my PSN account. Haven't played it on here, but I've played it on my PS3 and also other systems in the past. Great game. Can't go wrong with it. Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max, also from my PSN account. The best version of Alpha 3, hands down. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, also from my PSN account. Great game, great trilogy. But we'll get to that. Final Fantasy VI Standalone, also from my PSN account. I already mentioned it when I brought up 7. But like I said, great game. I see why people see it as their favorite or the best. I get it. Definitely a game worth playing. Any way you can, whether it's on the original Super Nintendo, PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, whatever system you can play it on, play it. King of Fighters 99, also from my PSN account. Not the best version of the game because of loading times, but for the most part, it plays very well. It looks decent. If there was any compromises with the frames or graphics, it's barely noticeable. Definitely worth having. Tekken 2, also from my PSN account. Love this game. I love Tekken, period. That's my favorite fighting game series, hands down. The only Tekken I won't play is 1, but Tekken 2 onwards, definitely. Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Favorite game of the trilogy. Definite classic. Like I said, another game for my PSN account. Tony Hawk Underground 2 Remix. This one I downloaded from a website. I've only like tested it out like in Freeskate, and it plays pretty much like the console version of the game. If you love Tony Hawk, definitely get this. Tekken 6, also from my PSN account. Great port of the game. The gameplay is intact. Scenario campaign is not there for the ones that like that, but the fighting is there, and it's there in full form. And I love that. Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. This is also a game I downloaded from a website, but I also own a physical copy of the UMD. Just figure it was more convenient to have it on the system, you know, for quick access. Spider-Man 2, another game I downloaded from a website. It plays very similar to the first Spider-Man movie game that I played back on the PS2. It's not bad though, like so far. I'm assuming there'll be some like elements or content from 2, such as Doc Ock, since I see him in the trailer. So I haven't put too much time in it. Just play the tutorial in the first level, just, you know, just to test it out. Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, great game. If you're a Soul Calibur fan, definitely get this. This is another game I downloaded from a website. And it also has Kratos from God of War in it, which is great. Persona 3 Portable, love this game to death. Persona 3 FES was my introduction to the Shin Megami Tensei series. I remember getting that game launch week. I didn't even know about Persona 3 Vanilla until way after the fact. Or Persona, period, to be honest. This is definitely my favorite version of Persona 3. It's great. Definitely, if you're a Persona fan or just RPGs in general, get this. Samurai Showdown Anthology, another game that I downloaded from a website, has the first 6 Samurai Showdown games. Samurai Showdown 6 runs kind of weird. I said, okay. The clip is I'm trying to get into focus again. There we go. Samurai Showdown 6 runs it's kind of off. It's very playable, but there is a little bit of lag. But if you can deal with that, it's definitely more than worth it. Siphon Filter Dark Mirror. This game is actually not bad, but I don't know, the controls are kind of weird. I played the first one back in the day, and I must have forgotten that the controls were kind of, you know, they're kind of unorthodox, if you will. But for the most part, it's a fun, you know, stealth action game. Definitely worth checking out. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Another game I downloaded from a website, but I also own the physical copy of the UMD. Just put it on here for convenience. Definitely worth playing if you're a Metal Gear fan. It's better than Portable Ops to me. So I didn't even bother getting Portable Ops, just, you know, to save storage capacity. Guilty Gear X2 Accent Core Plus. This is also from my PSN account. Great game. Well, Guilty Gear X2, period. I've played most of X2. I played the original. I played Reload. Like I said, this is definitely the best version of the game. NBA Street Showdown. Also a game that I downloaded from a website. This was actually one of my first PSP games back in the day when I got my first PSP 1000. Love this game. I love the fact that it is based on NBA Street 3 as far as the roster and the soundtrack, but it plays like NBA Street 2, and that's definitely the best NBA Street game, gameplay wise. So that was the best choice to make. Plus, trying to do the custom game breaker that was in 3 would be impossible without 2 analog sticks. So they did the right choice. Love this game to death. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes. I also downloaded this from a website. Plays very similar to the PS2 Ultimate Ninja games. If you're a Naruto fan and you like the more side view instead of the open world like the Ninja Storm games, you'll like this one. Mortal Kombat Deception Unchained. It's actually pretty good. Not too much was sacrificed. The game is kind of dark though. That's the only thing I don't like. I mean, you can easily rectify that with, the brightness setting on your TV, but still, that's like a pain to even you know, bother with that. But I mean, I just got it anyway because I do like Deception out of the 3D era. That's my favorite game in the 3D era. Midway Arcade Treasures Extended Play. Also a game I downloaded from a website. The only reason I even got this was just to get Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, the arcade versions of it. So that's the only games I play on it, like, really. To be honest, if you don't want the game strictly for those games, then I don't know. Your best bet is to look for Arcade Treasures 2, which is a great compilation. It has Narc, it has Gauntlet 2. It's definitely, yeah. But that's the console version of the game that you would want to get. But if you want to play classic Mortal Kombat in arcade form on the go, definitely get this. Metal Gear Acid. Love this game. Fun fact, this is my favorite Metal Gear game. Because I'm not a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. Even though I've played 1, 2, 3. Of course, just brought up Peace Walker, Portable Ops. Also, one of my first PSP games from back in the day. I also own the UMD as well. Love this game, favorite. I like it more than 2, but 2 is also great as well. Same thing, I own the actual UMD, physical copy, but downloaded it for convenience. Both of these I got from a website. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I haven't put too much time in the game, but from what I've played so far, I really like it. It plays mostly similar to the console versions of the game. It's actually a 10-year prequel to the first. So if you're somebody that likes the Kingdom Hearts games and also want a little bit more story covered, definitely check it out. Check it out. King of Fighters, the Orochi Saga, which is literally that. King of Fighters 94 to 98. All of them and their arcade glory. All the games run very fine, very great. Pretty much similar to the PS2 version I had back in the day, for the most part, just with a little bit longer loading times. But I also downloaded this from a website. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. This one is from my PSN account. Great game. If you like Grand Theft Auto, especially the 6th generation era Grand Theft Auto games, definitely check it out. Along with Liberty City Stories. This one I got from a website. Also, another great Grand Theft Auto game. I'll say if you're a Grand Theft Auto fan, just get both. That's it. Just get both. God of War, Ghost of Sparta. I downloaded this from a website. I actually own Chains of Olympus, the physical UMD. So I figured I'll just get the sequel since I didn't have it, you know, for convenience. Fun fact, I'm not a huge God of War fan. But I do like the fact that it's very playable on the go on this system. It's God of War. It's definitely God of War. Me, I'm more of a Devil May Cry Ninja Gaiden guy. Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi Tag Team. This game is actually pretty fun, especially if you like the Tenkaichi series. I also downloaded it from a website, and it's pretty dope. Fun fact, if you downloaded the demo off of PSN, your data transfers over if you had any save data on there. Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai Another Road. This game I actually did own physical UMD along with the original case, but I sold it a few years ago, regrettably, but I needed the money at the time. But it feels good to have it back. It's definitely more like classic Budokai, you know, like Budokai 1, 2, and 3. Definitely get it. Lagaya 2, another game I downloaded from a website. Haven't put too much time in it. I just got it just because I heard great things about it. I'll get to it eventually. Def Jam Fight for New York to Takeover. This is from my PSN account. Great port of the game. And I know the game goes for ludicrous prices now, the console version. So this is a great alternative to have. If you like Def Jam Fight for New York, this is an absolute no-brainer. It plays pretty much the same, except they added a Why is my phone ringing? All right. Sorry for the interruption. All right. So back to Def Jam Fight for New York. It's pretty much the same, except they have like a new like mounting position you can get into when your opponent is down. But other than that, it's definitely Fight for New York. Yeah. Yes. Like I said, for anybody that's a fan of Def Jam Fight for New York or even Vendetta, you are going to love this game or love this port. Even though it's quote unquote a prequel, but we're not worried about the story. The gameplay is definitely there. Daxter, my very first PSP game from back in the day. Also downloaded this from a website. Great action platformer game. If you like the Jak and Daxter series, but you want to experience it from Daxter's perspective, check it out. Highly recommend it. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. I actually haven't put a lot of time in it. I put a few hours in it, and it's actually pretty decent. I like the story. I like the cutscenes. I think Zack's character has been really fleshed out. Yeah, but like I said, I'm definitely going to put more time in this game. But between the two, I like Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep. I think this was like the blueprint for it. You know what I mean? Like Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core was like Birth by Sleep in this primitive stage, and Birth by Sleep is the definitive version of that gameplay. It does use like slots, like a pachinko machine for certain attacks, but it's pretty good, pretty good. If you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, definitely check this out. This is a Bleach game. I forgot the name of it, but it's in Japanese. I also downloaded this from a website. It's actually not bad. It's a pretty cool side-scrolling beat-em-up game. And I like the cheapified sprites. I think they look pretty fucking awesome. Or better yet, models. They look kind of like, they're like cel-shaded. It's a cool game. If you're a Bleach fan, definitely check it out. Blaze Blue Continuum Shift 2. Downloaded from a website. Even though I do have the first one, Calamity Trigger, on my PSN account, I figured it would have been kind of redundant to put it on this SD card. So I was like, whatever, I'll just pick the, a later version of the game. Plus, I never got to play this on console. So it's cool to be able to play it now. If you like Blaze Blue, definitely get it. Yeah, the sprites are kind of pixelated, but it still looks really good, and the gameplay is fully intact. So don't worry. Blaze Blue fans, definitely pick it up, or just fighting game fans in general. Check it out. These two... Oh, no. This is Retro Arch, or Retro Arc. I say Retro Arc. Like Noah's Ark. But it's not like the full version of it, at least the PSP one. It only emulates up to like the 16-bit era. Or you can throw the Sega CD 32X, which, that's still technically 16-bit, just a little bit more powerful. The 32X is 32-bit, but just a little bit weaker than the Saturn. But, yeah, I definitely have some ROMs on here from my, like Genesis, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and Super Nintendo games. I didn't want to load it up because I didn't want to, take too much space. So I just put the games I really wanted on here. Now, when I said these two, this is the Pro Mod, and this is Infinity. These two you need to install custom firmware on your PSP. Now, from here on out, all of these games are PSX to PSP. So, oh yeah, some of them are also ripped from the American PSN store and the Japanese PSN store. But I downloaded them all from a website. The only game I deleted is Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and that's because the game kept crashing. which fucking sucks because I wanted to play that so bad. Like I said, I haven't played it in years and I've been missing it. At least the PS1 version of the game, because sometimes that can be kind of tricky to get to run, even on PC. The N64 version has been holding me, but it's not the same. So, starting off, we have Inuyasha. This is a 2D fighting game. A really good one, by the way. Really good. I'm very impressed with it. The AI can be kind of tough, though, but that's either hit or miss, depending on what kind of fighting gamer you are. Me, I like a good challenge, so I don't mind it. Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior 7. Great game. Actually owned it back in the day. Physical copy. Definitely goes for a pretty penny now. So if you can get it, if you just want to play the game and want to find like a more convenient way of emulating it, this is probably one of the ways to do it. Oh, Oscar 120% Burning Fest. I could have gotten the updated version, but I just got this one, you know, just because. I've had it emulated on my PC for a while, and it's pretty cool to be able to play this on the go and on my TV. So, yeah, it's a cool 2D fighting game. Kind of has like a school setting, you know. Definitely a cool fighting game. This one is from the Japanese PSN store. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. This game goes without saying. Definitely get it. Absolute classic. Can't go wrong with it. Dead or Alive 1, also from the Japanese PSN store. It's very English friendly, so you don't have to worry about, you know, any kanji or katakana. It's mostly in English. Definitely a really, really cool game, and the introduction to the series, which I'm no longer a fan of. Fun fact, DOA 2, favorite game of the series, especially Ultimate. This, Fatal Fury, dominated minds, which I've been wanting to play for years, and it feels so good to finally get to play it. I did a complete arcade playthrough of it. It runs great. White is a cool boss, and it's real about Fatal Fury Special with the inclusion of Alfred, and Geese is also selectable from the get-go, which is pretty cool. The soundtrack, it's inspired from the Neo Geo CD version, but it's not exact, so it does sound kind of different. But I actually appreciate that. The BGMs are intact, gameplay's intact. You like the Real Bout series, especially Special, definitely get this. So this is basically the PS1 version of that. Great game. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. Another classic, love it. I like the Dreamcast version better, but the PS1 version you cannot go wrong with. Suikoden 2. Still have never played this game. Never played it. I know a lot about it. I've heard about it over the years, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting to it. Mega Man X4. My favorite classic style Mega Man game. Love this game to death. You're a Mega Man fan, get it. Legend of Mana, or Mana, however you want to pronounce it. This game, I haven't played it on here, but I did play it on my PS3 when my friend let me borrow his account for a few months. And I absolutely love this game. I think it's great. It's a great Mana game. Definitely check it out. It's kind of different because you have to like build worlds and stuff. You know, like it's kind of like Dark Cloud in that regard. It's like you're like rebuilding the world, or ActRaiser or something. But it's really good. Really good. Oh, of course. This is another game I never played, and I hear great things about it. This game, so many people want this game to be remastered, and that's Legend of Dragoon. And I will eventually get to it. Trust me, I will play this game. Grandia, or Grandia, however you want to pronounce it. This game is fucking awesome. I haven't put too many hours in it. I'll probably put maybe 4 or 5 hours in it so far. but I really enjoy it. Me, I'm more familiar with Grandia 2. That's where I invested most of my time in the series on the Dreamcast. And I love that game as well. And I'm definitely looking forward to completing this. Crash Team Racing. Can't go wrong with this one. Pretty much Sony's answer to Mario Kart, which I actually think is better than Mario Kart. Shit, I think Diddy Kong Racing is better than Mario Kart, but some people are not going to agree with that. Definitely get this game if you like those style of games, and if you're a Crash fan as well. Bloody Roar 2, great fighting game, best game in the series. Definitely get it. Not too difficult, you know, for people that just want to play. It's more casual. It's cool, though. There is high-level play in it, but it's also very, like, beginner-friendly. It's a good game. It's a good game. Check it out. Final Fantasy IX. Love this game. I actually own a physical copy of it, but I figure I'll slap it on here for convenience. And I already have 7 and 8 for my PSN account, so I figure I'll just download this. So I got it off of a website. Even though it has the PSN decal for the information, which is pretty cool. Dragon Ball Z Legends. Another game I've been wanting to play for years, and I'm so glad I finally got to test it out. I haven't put too much time in it, but I definitely like it, especially the visuals. The visuals are fucking incredible. I said I would have killed to have a game like this back in the day, instead of that crappy-ass Final Bout, GT Final Bout, and Ultimate Battle 22, which if you were lucky enough, most of us got to play that, you know, via Japanese import and region-free adapter, like I had back in the day. Paid $100 for that too. But at the time, that was the only Dragon Ball Z games or Dragon Ball related games we had access to. So I'm glad I finally got to like play this one, and I'm definitely going to play it more. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, favorite game of the series. Always has been, always will be. Love it. Runs great. Haven't put too much time. Well, I have, you know, years ago, but I'm saying on here, I haven't put too much time. Time Crisis. Great port of the game. I'm more familiar with the arcade version. So being able to finally play the home console version, this keeps getting out of focus and it's driving me crazy. Bear with me. I'm glad I finally got to play the console version, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty good. It's a pretty competent port. If you like the game, the arcade version of the game, definitely check it out. Tenchu Stealth Assassins. Also a game I own a physical copy of, but figure I'll slap it on here for convenience. Love it to death. And fun fact, I'd rather play this than Metal Gear Solid. Oh, no, I know you guys don't want to hear that, but that's just the way I feel. Street Fighter EX2 Plus. Love this game. Definitely the best EX game. Check it out. You like EX, you might like this. Oh, Star Wars Masters of Terraskasi. It's actually not good, but I remember playing it on a PS1 demo disc back in the day, and it's finally cool to play the full version of the game. No, that's a lie. I did rent it from Blockbuster years ago after the fact. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but this game is not that good. I like it for novelty, though. Definitely like it for novelty. Battle Arena Toshinden 2. Also own a physical copy of this game. It's actually not great, but it's not horrible. But what the main thing is for me is the fucking soundtrack. The soundtrack is incredible. And you know what pisses me off? This ROM doesn't have the music. Other than the character select, it plays no music, and it drives me insane. I'm like about to delete it, but I'm like, whatever, I'll just leave it. Rival Schools. Love this game. Own a physical copy of it. Definitely goes for a pretty penny nowadays. So any way you can play it, definitely play it. And it runs very well. This is the Evolution disc. I was like, it's kind of redundant to add the arcade one too. So I just got that one. This is the better of the two. So definitely get it. And Capcom, stop bullshitting and give us a re-release or at least a sequel to Project Justice, or give us both games remastered. That'd be even better. Pocket Gym Fighter. Pocket Fighter, Gym Fighter, however you want to call it. Great port of the game. I have the arcade version on my computer. I have the PS1 version on my PS3, but it's only compatible with the PS3, which is fucking stupid, considering the fact this game runs perfectly fine on the PSP. Wrestlemania the Arcade game. Love this game. Own a physical copy of it. Slapped it on here for convenience. SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. Same thing. Own a physical copy of it. Slapped it on here for convenience. WWF In Your House. Pretty much a sequel to Wrestlemania the Arcade game. It's a good game, but not as good. The only thing I don't like is like some of those like, you know, pickup items that, you know, that, I don't know. It's good, but it could have been better. Love this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. I own a physical copy of this. And this is the game I'll play the absolute most on here. Like 90% of the time I'll play this fucking game. And I don't know why. It's a top 10 PS1 game for me. Definitely my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. Slapped it on here for convenience. And I'll play the absolute fuck out of it. Air Guys. God Bless the Ring. Another game I own a physical copy of. It's a decent fighter, but I like the RPG mode more. It's fun. It's a fun overall package. Slapped it on here for convenience. Definitely check it out if you never played it. Capcom vs. Snk Pro. I actually own a physical copy of this as well, but I slapped it on here for convenience. Not the best version of the game, but definitely more than competent. And it's cool being able to play it on the go. Bushido Blade. Love this game. Very different, very cool. I wish Square would remaster this, or at least, you know, make a sequel. Do something with this, because this game has a lot of potential. And it's not like, you know, a conventional fighter. It's very different, but very cool. Love it. Legend of Lagaya. I actually never played this game until recently. And it's a game I've been wanting to play for years. I put a couple hours in. Definitely going to go back to it. Final Doom. I never even knew this existed. Of course, regular Doom, I'm more than familiar with that. And it's pretty much that, but with, you know, extra content from the PC version. Not everything, but most of it. And it's pretty good. If you like Doom, definitely get it. And last but definitely not least, Tekken 3. Own a physical copy of it. Love this game. Best of the original 3. The fan favorite for most of us. Can't go wrong. And that's all the games I have on my modded PSP. I hope this video was entertaining enough. Even though this focus is driving me crazy. It keeps getting out of focus. But there you go. Custom Firmware PSP. Southpaw Slick. Nerd Gang Gaming. Nerd Sentai. Shaolin Monks. I'm out.